G'day guys, welcome to Supercoach Swordplay. Today I have a very exciting announcement. The official 2025 Supercoach Swordplay season guide is now available for pre-purchase. This has been months in the making, hours upon hours of hard work, blood, sweat and tears put into this. We've collated some of the best minds in Supercoach, all the big content creators, all the blokes that are into their stats and their data to give you, well, what we think will be the best Supercoach guide that you can get your hands on in 2025. Now, I have touched on this guide in a previous video, but today I'll go through what's actually included in the guide, why we've created it, and if you like what you hear, then you can go and purchase your own copy at the end of the video at supercoachswordplay.com. So again, thank you so much to everyone that has already pre-purchased a guide. I think we're up to 25, 30 copies already, which is just blowing our minds. But as I said, we're super proud of it. And we hope that you can really utilize this to have a fantastic finish in Supercoach this year. So let's get into this. Why did we actually decide to create the guide? For those of you that have been playing for a while, you'll know that we had a fantastic player guide with Champion Data's AFL prospectus. It included lots of stats, numbers, list analysis, and plenty of coaches use this to assist them in selecting their starting team and comparing players. Unfortunately, as you can see, though, Champion Data have ceased production and the prospectus is no longer. RIP. So someone needed to pick up the slack, and we decided that that's going to be the Supercoach Swordplay crew. And we wanted to create an even better resource and go above and beyond just looking at players and data. We wanted this to have a major Supercoach focus and cater for every type of coach, from the rookie to the casual to the more seasoned veterans. So when we get to the contents of the guide, you'll see that it's also jam-packed full of strategies and advice from the best of the best. And I'm not lying. We asked you a couple of months ago, who would you like to see contribute to the guide? And I'm pleased to say that we have every big name that you requested. We have the GOAT George from Fantasy Take TV. We have the legend himself, the Skodfather. I can't come it down. My man MJ from the coaches panel, responsible for the top 50 most relevant series. Our good mates from Supercoach Insider and Supercoach Edge. Mort's from DFS. He's provided us with so much data that went into this. Thank you very much, mate. We have the boys from the Centre Bounce, Steve-O from SDS Supercoach, my heroes from Dr. Supercoach. If you had told me I'd be collaborating with these guys even a couple of years ago, I would have told you you are absolutely dreaming. None better when it comes to producing content. We've got the boys from Insight Fantasy Sports, and shout out to Horse for some awesome templates. The OG of Supercoach YouTubers and fan favourite in Shorty. Damo from the Footy Mailbag. He'll give us all the good oil coming out of the West. JG from the Supercoach Hub. He's putting together some player head-to-head matchups. I'm super excited about this one. The number one stats and data man in the land on X, Jaden Popowski. He gives us his take on the number one breakout contenders for 2025. How good is that? Another fantastic mind as a duel. He gives us his take. The next bloke may not look familiar, but this is 2024 Supercoach winner, Jovan May. We sit down with him and dissect what went into his championship season. What a privilege that was. We got the extremely talented AFL Doodles. He's creating some original artwork for the guides. And I may even give you a sneak peek later on. And last but not least, we have Mini Monk, who you would have already seen on many other channels already in the preseason. So as I mentioned, you will not find a better lineup. We've got the GOATs right here. So now that I really have your attention, let's see what's included in the guide itself. There is so much in here that I couldn't fit the contents page on a single slide, so I've split into two. And keep in mind, this is a working document and is being added to daily. So I'll quickly run through the contents and then give you some samples and some teasers. And if you decide that you are interested in pre-ordering the guide, I'll give you all the details on how to do that. So to start off with, what do we look for when picking a starting side? There are so many things to consider. It can send you around the twist. This started off as a 5-page document. Now it's up to over 15 pages. We also go through team structure, talk about how to create a nice balance. Horse takes us through the fundamentals and gives us his Supercoach 10 commandments. We have a team-by-team analysis, including a bunch of lists, tables, best 23 predictions, and more. We have rookie averages from a range of comps, including Codes League, VFL, Waffle, Sandful, and more. The roundtable discussion on popular head-to-heads is sure to be a popular one. We predict the top 2, 6, 8 in each line, as well as predict each team's midfield mix to start 2025. There are plenty of trading tips, stock market style, and we also discuss how best to use boosts. We then break down the flex position. This is a new addition to AFL Supercoach, so it's really important to get your head around that. We give you 10 breakout candidates and discuss why we rate them. We take a look at 15 fallen primos, lots of market analysis, as well as tips for buying low, selling high. Janath and Ross take you through their tips on how to select the right captain and loopholes. There's defense versus position analysis to start the season based on 24. A detailed fixture analysis where we look at upcoming draws and buy structures. And we finish off with a Supercoach dictionary where you can become familiar with all of the lingo. And as I mentioned above, more topics are being added daily, and the guide is currently over 200 pages. All right, let's get into this. Firstly, we have more player data and numbers than you can poke a stick at. Every relevant stat is included for every player. This spreadsheet actually goes on for miles, so I've only included a little bit of what is available here. You can sort by team, price, whatever is easier for you. You can see some of Matt Kennedy's stats above. And down below, we have all the averages from the junior and the lower leagues, including the Coates League, VFL, Sandful, etc. Here's an example of a rookie numbers slide. This one focuses on Gold Coast Academy selection and son of former UFC champ in Leo Lombard. We can see his Coates League and VFL averages here. And just as an example, I've put a waffle average for another player. I wonder if you can guess who that is. But our aim here is to save you spending hours doing the research yourself and provide you with a place to easily access every player's lower level stats. Got all 18 team previews, as we mentioned. On the left is a snippet of the introduction of the Saints' team profile by Roscoe. We also give our opinions on the best 23 for each side. I can't give away my Lions' best 23, but it's all included in the guide. I wonder who George will have in Adelaide's best side. Hopefully Peatling right in the guts. Next up, we have some popular player head-to-heads. It's almost impossible to separate two particular players at times, so we've given our opinions on who wins the matchup, and best of all, there are lots of people contributing to this, so you have a number of opinions. On screen, you can see a teaser for some of the artwork, and we have a couple of matchups in Sarong versus Brayshaw and Shrek versus TDK. I can't give any of the info away, unfortunately, but it will all be available to read in the guide. And as another teaser, some examples in defense include Flanders versus Whitfield, Sinker versus Clark, Holmes versus Clark, Mills versus Roberts, McKercher versus Roberts, Mills versus Coleman, and plenty more. And that's just in defense. And if you follow the third man up on X, you'll know how knowledgeable Janath and Roscoe are with selecting captains. This is next level, and the boys go into how they determine the top picks each week, what data they use, the best loopholes, as well as a couple of sneaky strategies. And as a new addition to the channel this year, we'll also be producing a dedicated weekly captains video. There's going to be a heap of trade talk, including how to most effectively use your boosts. This is a massive deep dive article, about 12 pages long, and covers every strategy you can think of. We also get the privilege of seeing how Jovan boosted this year. And without letting the cat out of the bag, two particular boosts that Jovan used went a long way to setting up his victory. One of my favorite articles is how to maximize your flex position. This is a new feature to the game this year, and Janath has looked at every angle when it comes to strategies for your flex. You can see just a small snippet from the introduction of the article, and this is one of the essential reads of the guide. We've also put together a Supercoach dictionary with all of the lingo used by content creators and coaches alike. We have a general section, a technical section, as well as some colloquial phrases that you'll often hear. So no more confusion with what a cow is or what the magic number is. This is only the tip of the iceberg. So if you are interested in purchasing the guide, you can pre-order it by following the link in the description or go into supercoachswordplay.com, click on the catalog. It will take you through to our shop where you can view our line of merch as well as a season guide. When you purchase a guide, all you need to do is input your personal email. We'll share the live document with you when it's ready. It will remain available to you from then onwards, but it can't be shared with anyone else without them purchasing the guide or our permission. If you do pre-order, once the guide is ready, we'll immediately share the entire guide with you. So thank you so much to anyone that has already pre-ordered a Supercoach Swordplay season guide for 2025. It means the world to us. We hope that you're as excited as we are. Again, a huge thank you to all the content creators and the contributors that have helped put this together. It should be your number one resource when it comes to Supercoach for 2025. If you do have any other questions about how to order, what's included, etc., feel free to contact us. All the contacts and socials will be in the video description below. Feel free to contact us anytime, and we're more than willing to help you out. So thanks again, guys, for all your support through buying the guide. It's really supporting us to create more content. We're aiming for more than 7 videos per week. That's 1 a day. So by buying the season guide, you're really helping us to be able to achieve that goal. So look after yourselves, guys. Hope the team plan is going well. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.